Hi, we are from Group E, and today, in this beautiful morning, we will talk about collaborative learning. Before we start, let me introduce ourselves. So, in this group, we have Clara Vinadya, Mayka Raflisiansyah, Bunga Nirwana, Bernadetha Dewanti, and me, Lintang Agry Bagaskara. So, without further ado, let's just jump into it. So, let's start with group learning theory. Lecturing is without a doubt effective for transmitting information, but if we wish to develop thinking skills, problem-solving abilities, and lifelong learning skills, a more student-centered approach must be taken. This involves a change in the role of lecturer from presenting information to students to facilitating and guiding learning. Palmer talks about preparing a learning space so that students can learn with and from each other, and there can be no doubting the potential of the group to learn from each other. According to Race, learning from other people is the most instinctive and natural of all the learning contexts we experience. Group discussion allows students to attend more clearly to meaning as they interact with the language of the discipline and put into their own words the issues arising from particular topic. It also gives students an opportunity to direct and take responsibility for their own learning. In group learning, students are facilitated to develop key skills such as communication and teamwork. In a group learning, students have to learn how to work within a group and listen and negotiate with others in order to resolve dilemmas or conflicts. So, in group learning, we have three important skills that we must have. First is communication, teamwork, and problem-solving skills. On to overview of project-based learning or PBL. So, project-based learning or PBL is a pedagogical technique in which students often working in teams might combine a variety of subject matter disciplines or skills as they work to solve authentic, real-world problems. In contrast to final projects given to students after a period of more traditional lecture and textbook-based instruction, with PBL, the projects are started at the beginning of the course, and in fact represent the core focus of the curriculum, in that the project is used as the primary vehicle to drive students' learning experience. PBL allows students to engage with the course subjects in a manner that encourages teamwork, with an emphasis on communication skill, collaboration skill, and critical thinking skill. Additionally, PBL effectively flips the classroom by allowing teachers to take on more of a facilitative role in the students' learning, providing support when students get stuck, and providing oversight to ensure students stay on track. Technology is a key supportive component to this teaching method. Students can use technology to research topics and then to create digital artifacts like website, blog, or podcasts with the result of their findings. This allows students to embrace topic using the same kinds of technology they are used to consuming outside of the classroom. Collaborative technology also enables students to continue their work with fellow students and teachers after they leave physical classroom. Finally, technology gives teachers the ability to monitor students' progress more readily and provide individualized feedback.
Numerous of studies has proven that project-based learning or PBL offers clear benefit to students, especially in developing their critical thinking skills. It also supports the concept they are learning to be applied in their real lives. PBL also has been stated as particularly effective learning method, but apparently only a small number of schools have formally adopted the method. It is mentioned that the teachers' lack of supporting tools to make the transition from traditional lecture-based learning to PBL has become the major reason. In fact, supportive technology are most helpful in the successful implementation of this method. Some tools that support project-based learning can be categorized into several types. Number 1, assessment tools. These tools allow the teacher to determine the extent to which the students are grasping core concepts, as well as gathering feedback from students. The popular example of the assessment tools are Edmodo, Snapshot, Google Forms, or survey. Number 2, brainstorming tools. These tools enable the students to express variety of ideas during the brainstorming sessions. These tools include concept mapping and note-taking tools. The popular examples of these tools are Simple Mind Plus, MindMaster, Evernote. Number 3, collaboration tools. These tools support collaboration between teachers and students and enabling peer feedback. The examples of these tools are Google Docs, Edmodo, Skype, Microsoft Office Online, and Slack. Number 4, content development tools for students. This tool enables students to create content like presentation, movies, spreadsheet, papers, blogs, podcasts to support their projects. The tools that can be used by the students for content development are Clockster, Prezi, Storyfy, DPD, and Google Docs. And then number 5, we have knowledge transfer for teachers. These tools enable the teachers to make presentation and whiteboards, as well as provide curated content which students can use in support of the project. The popular examples of these tools are Newsela, Screencast-O-Matic, Camtasia. Number 6, online libraries of project ideas. These tools provide teachers with the ability to search libraries of existing project ideas, often focusing the search on a particular subject matter or age range. The popular example of these tools are Craft EduCurriculum, globalschoolnet.org, EduCurious, Next Lesson. Then number 7, we have PBL platforms or frameworks. These are platforms where teachers can use to manage all aspects of their PBL delivery, including built-in collaboration, planning, and assessment tools. The popular example of these tools are Project Foundry, Novair PBL platforms, CrowdSchool. Number 8, planning tools. These include online planning forms specific to PBL, time management tools, and teachers or student messaging tools. The popular example of these tools are Buck Institute of Education online planning forms, Flex Time Manager, Remind. And the last is compliance tools. These tools help teachers look at sample projects and content that support specific common core standards. The popular example of these tools are Next Lesson, EduCurious, and Newsela. There are some key takeaways taken from survey studies done by James Taylor, involving both teachers and students. The goal of this survey was to determine which types of technology tools that teachers found most helpful in their implementation of PBL, and to find out which type of technology tools the students found most effective and engaging. These are some of the results from the survey. Question number 1. What types of technology tools do teachers find to be most helpful in support of project-based learning? Collaboration tools were far and away the number one choice by the teachers, which is understandable because PBL's emphasis on group projects and on shifting the role of the teachers from lecturer to facilitator. Next on the list were assessment tools, which makes sense since the teachers often state that figuring out how to assess students' learning and grade the corresponding projects is one of the most challenging aspects of PBL. A close third on the list were content development tools for students, which is not surprising because PBL's focus on students creating content as a vehicle for showing the result of their projects. And then last on the list were standards compliance tools. It's worth nothing that there was a nearly 20-point gap between the level of use and the perceived effectiveness for these tool types. This could indicate that teachers feel that standards have a limited impact on their success of their PBL efforts.
Question number 2 is about which type of technology tools in support of PBL do students find to be the most helpful and engaging? Types of technology tools in support of PBL do students find to be the most helpful and engaging is collaboration tools. As with teacher, students found collaboration tools to be the most significant supportive technology. This was backed by a follow-up question which asked students for the names of specific tools they felt were helpful in completion of their project. Mapping the responses back to the overall technology type found that 61% of students mentioned specific collaboration tools they found essential. 17% chose planning tools, 70% chose content development tools for students, and 5% chose tool assessment. And this is the example of collaboration tools. So, people can collaborate if they don't communicate, from instant messaging to video conferencing tools. There are many options for Teams collaboration tools. First is Slack. Slack is a popular and well-crafted platform offering instant messaging, file transfer, and powerful message search. It has many features and dozens of integration with other tools like Trello and Intercom. And a task isn't always one person's responsibility. Sometimes, team members need to create together. These are the best collaborating tools. First is Google Doc. Google Docs needs no introduction. Google's collaboration tools include the Docs and Sheet service, which are designed to allow teams to edit files at the same time and save all their changes automatically. Second is Microsoft Office Online. It is a collection of Microsoft Office programs that are simplified and optimized to work with multiple internet browsers. These changes make the software accessible from any device with a browser and internet connection, without the need for installing the software. Applications included in Office Online are Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. Question number 3 is about, is there any alignment between the types of tools that teachers find effective and students find interesting? Yes, there is alignment between the types of tools and that teachers find effective and students find interesting. In general, there was a very high degree of alignment in overall rankings amongst both teacher and student across the overall categories. Most notably, collaboration tools were the top ranked technology tool for both student and teacher. So, here is a range of effective teacher strategies that we can use to inspire the classroom practice. First is visualization. This is helping students to understand how their school applies in the real world. Teacher can use interactive whiteboard to display photos. Second is cooperative learning. This is encourage students of mixed abilities to work together by promoting small group or whole class activities. For example, solving mathematical puzzle, conducting scientific experiment, or etc. Third is technology in the classroom. This is incorporation and technology in teaching is a great way to actively engage the students, especially as a digital media surround young people in the 21st century. Teacher can use mobile device. Fourth is behavior management. This is implementing an effective behavior management strategy is crucial to gain the students' respect and ensure students have an equal chance for reaching their full potential. The example is include fun and interactive rewards chart for students so they can appreciate the gift because of their own effort.
Hi, so let's continue this presentation to question number 4. For which PBL specific teaching practices does technology provide to create a support? During the primary research, each survey technology tool was mapped to one or more of the 7 core PBL teaching practices identified by the Bug Institute for Education. Then, for each tool type category, a percentage was calculated based on the number of times each PBL teaching practices was mapped across all tools of that type. This percentage was then multiplied by a ranking of factors. Based on the teacher's ranking of the overall technology tool type, The resulting scores were totaled across each PBL teaching practice. Here you can see the table of the score. There are seven core items. Then let's continue to the next page. These results imply that while technology can help support all PBL teaching practices, it is most impactful in these following areas. The first, helping teachers to design and plan for the successful execution for the projects, particularly using time management and planning guides tools. It's allowing them to make the most efficient use possible of their precious classroom time. And the second is providing teachers with the ability to remain close contact with the students throughout the project, as well as allowing the students to collaborate with their friends, with other students, even when they are not in the same physical space. And the third, giving students the creative freedom to explore the topics underlying their projects in ways that are meaningful to them, while ensuring they are equipped with the core knowledge they needed to stay focused. Collaboration, assessment, and content development are the key to achieve these goals, and teachers who are new to PBL or advise or they should spend their time to learn the skills needed to use these tools to find the greatest effectiveness. Now let's jump to the next slide, which is the question number 5. Overall, how integral is technology to the delivery of PBL? Nearly 74% of teachers and 63% of students thought that technology were either very important or extremely important relative to their successful delivery of PBL. Thus, it was clear that among survey respondents at least, technology is considered as important tool, although one anecdote from a teacher was particularly illuminating. Here's the comment. The most important thing to remember is that technology is a tool, not the tool. Always have a plan B in the event that technology doesn't work. Teachers do not have to be master of the technology. Letting students troubleshoot and help each other is a huge burden off the back of a teacher if they are willing to trust their students.
Alright, let's discuss about the concept of collaborative learning. Lecturing is effective for transmitting information. Lecturer responsibility is to facilitate and guide students' learning. A student-centered approach must be applied in the learning environment if we wish to develop thinking skills, problem-solving abilities, and lifelong learning skills. Project-based learning, pedagogical technique in which students often working in teams. It might combine a variety of subject matter or skills as they work to solve authentically. Project-based learning allows students to engage with core subject in the manner that encourages teamwork with an emphasis on communication, collaboration, and critical thinking skills. Collaborative learning in a digital environment. Students can use a lot of applications online to do a collaboration. For example, students can use these tools to collab on their assignments. First, brainstorming tools. These tools enable students to throw out a variety of ideas during the brainstorming session, then look for ways in which ideas are connected. These tools include the concept of mapping and note-taking. There are several popular examples that we can use, such as Simple Mind, MindMaster, Evernote, and etc. The second is collaboration tools. These tools foster collaboration between teachers and students, which enabling peer feedback. There are several popular examples that we can use, such as Google Docs, Microsoft Office Online, Edmodo, Skype, and etc. The third is content development tools for students. These tools enable students to create content such as presentations, movies, spreadsheets, papers, blogs, podcasts, and etc. in order to support their projects. There are several popular examples that we can use, such as Google Docs, Clocksters, Breezes, Spotify, Audiobook, PowerPoint, and etc. The last is planning tools. These include online planning forms which specific to PBL, time management tools, and teacher or student messaging tools. There are several popular examples that we can use, such as Buck Institute for Education's online planning forms, Flex Time Manager, Remind, and etc. Alright, that's all our presentation for today. Thank you for watching.